welcome to the first ever video for Math Academy. Please do like and subscribe in our YouTube channel, and if you've got any questions, please don't be afraid to ask in the comment section, or you can join our free WhatsApp group, which is in the description below. And if you have got any suggestions to any problem that we solve, please do not mind sharing it. Okay, so today I'll be doing the first series of the lecture series for Gauteng Prelim 2016. Okay, Gauteng Prelim 2016. Prelim 2016. I'll be doing paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, today is the first lecture series. Okay, so without wasting more of our time, let us just do our subsection 1.1, and we'll be doing only subsection 1.1, and then in the next lecture series we'll be doing subsection 1.2 and so on and so on. Okay, so the first question under this subsection, which says solve for x, is 3x squared plus 5x is equals to a 2. Okay, so we're just going to solve for x. So I've got 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 is equals to 0. We factorize this. So the factors of 2 is 2 and 1. And then the bigger number takes the sign of the middle term. Then our 3x is equals to 1, or our x is equals to negative 2. Our x is 1 over 3. Okay, so this is how we solve this first question, where they say we should just solve for x. Okay, and then I've got the second question, 1.1.2. Let me make a space between the two. Okay, so 1.1.2, they say we should solve for x as well. So we're gonna have x plus 7 minus 1 is equals to x. Okay, so what happens on this one is that we have to transpose. Okay, we have to transpose this to the other side. So we're gonna have x plus 7 is equals to x plus 1. Then we square both sides. Okay, when we square both sides, we're gonna have this x plus 1 squared, which this is equals to x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, and then we are going to transpose these terms to the other side. So I'll have x squared, and then I'll have 2x minus x, which is just x, 1 minus 7, which is minus 6. This is equals to 0. Okay, actually this should be on the other side. It's just me having this preference because one side of them should always be equals to 0. Okay, so let us try and factorize this. When we factorize that, we see that is x, then we have 3 and 2, and then the bigger number takes the sign of the middle term. Okay, therefore, now before we can go any further, I don't want to do anything or get us overexcited over nothing. Wherever when you see a question which says solve for x and it doesn't have the traditional x squared, right, just know that you need to check that solutions or the critical values that you have. It is very important for you to check. Okay, please take note of that. This is a small tip that I will give you for solving such problems. Okay, once you see something like this, always check that thing. Okay, so I'll have my small check section here. So for the first one, x is equals to 2. Okay, for x is equals to 2, what we need to see is if I put this thing, okay, x plus 7 minus 1, will it give me 2? Okay, so let's take the left hand side and let's solve for the left hand side. Our x is 2. 2 plus 7 minus 1 is equals to the square root of 9 minus 1, which is 3 minus 1, which is 2. This is equals to the right hand side. Okay, so then it is true. So let us check for, for x is equals to negative 3. Then we are going to see the same thing, but in this case we're gonna have our x plus 7 minus 1 should give us negative 3. If it doesn't give us, then we don't consider that as a solution. Okay, so we're gonna have the square root of negative 3 plus 7, which is minus 1, which is the square root of 4 minus 1, which is just 2, minus 1, which is 1. And this is not equals to negative 3. Then therefore, this is not a solution. So when you write the solution, you're going to say x is equals to 2, or x is not equals to negative 3. Okay, so it is always important for you to check. Okay, once you have something which does not have the traditional x squared term, okay, ax squared plus bx plus c, if it does not have the traditional ax squared term, just make sure that you check that solution. Okay, now let us continue and let us have subsection sub-question 1.1.3. okay, let us write it here, 1.1.3. okay, so sub-question 1.1.3. okay, let me just rub this out as well, because I'm sure maybe you are done writing this question. The question paper is shared as well in the description below. Please do get that question paper. X squared minus 8x is equals to 10, and the question says round off to 1 decimal place. When it says that, do not even be afraid to note that this thing involves the famous quadratic formula, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. okay, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. okay, so now we are going to what do you call this, identify what is a and what is b and what is c. Our a is 1, our b is negative 8, and our c is negative 10. okay, now it's just us substituting. So substituting, we're going to have negative of negative 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared minus 4. Our a is 1 and our c is negative 10 all over 2 times 1. okay, this is going to be 8 multiplication of two negative numbers, and then we're going to have 64 plus 40. okay, because 10 times 4 is 40, and negative times negative is a positive. okay, so this hence becomes 8 plus or minus the square root of 104. 64 plus 40 is 104 divided by 2, which 104 is just 4 times 26, so it's going to be 8 plus or minus, so 4 times 26, the square root of 4 is 2, and have 26 here all over 2, which this will give me 4 plus or minus the square root of 26. Because I do not have a calculator, guys, please do find me those two values of x which will make this solution to be true. okay, so please do write those solutions in the comment section below, and then yeah, I will check them. okay, so I really hope you do get this one as well. okay, so let us do the last question of subsection 1.1. okay, I hope you understand, guys. If you don't, please do not mind writing on the comment section below. okay, do not be afraid, guys, because this thing at the end of the day is just here to help you. You should not care of what anybody else is going to say. Or okay, so let us do the last question, subsection 1.1.4. so I've got 3 to the x plus 3 to the negative x plus 1 times 5 is equals to 8. Solve for x. okay, solve for x, guys. So let me write this in a term of 3x plus 3 to the negative x times 3 to the 1, which is just 3, times 5, which is equals to 8. Remember that when you multiply powers of the same base, we add the exponents. So the exponents were added. Now we are just separating the two, because multiplying the powers of the same base, a to the x times a to the y, this is going to be true. Multiplying the powers of the same base, we added exponents. So now in this case, we are just looking at the reverse of this rule. okay, so what happens is, now here what you're going to have is 3 to the x plus 3 times 5 is 15 divided by 3 to the x is equals to 8, because what we know is 3 to the negative x can be written as 3 to the x times negative 1, which is just 1 over 3x. okay, So I just use this idea here. Okay, so once I have got a question of such nature, I usually say let k be equals to 3 to the x. Okay, so wherever I say 3 to the x, I'm just going to substitute k. So what I'm going to have is k plus 15 over k is equals to 8. Okay, so I'm going to transpose the 8, multiply each and every term by k. I'm going to have k squared minus 8k plus 15 is equals to 0. Okay, so then I'm going to factorize k 0. Okay, so the factors of 15 is just 3 and 5, and they both have to be negative. Therefore k is equals to 3 or k is equals to 5. But we didn't solve for x, we solved for k. Now we need to solve for x. Okay, so remembering that we let our k to be equals to 3 to the x, it means now 3 to the x is equals to 3, our x is equals to 1, okay, in this particular case, or our 3 to the x is equals to 5, and then what we are going to do is we are going to use the law of logarithms, log base 3 number 5. So our x is equals to whatever solution that you get here. Okay, so this is just one of the ways that I can solve this problem, and then the alternative method, I'll do it in the next video. So guys, please do not forget to share and subscribe. Thank you very much.